Hi folks, I'm Dr. Challa, Krishnaveer, Abhishek, linguist and soft skills trainer. Behavioral science is a very important aspect of soft skills, and behavioral science talks about individuals' behavior pertaining to different conditions, different circumstances and environments. So one such behavioral science is economics. So economics talks about a scarcity of resources and how to utilize the scarce resources, how to gain maximum benefit. So economics talks about individual decision making, and through that individual decision making we make effective, productive and efficient use of that scarcity of resources. So resources have to be handled effectively, efficiently. So that is the main objective of economics. So economics talks about self-interest. So I have to be selfish because I only think about my material well-being. And in maximum satisfaction, in order to get maximum satiation, what I have to do is I have to make good decisions. So economic models help in making those decisions. One is supply, one is demand, and the other one is price. So supply talks about suppliers or sellers, demand talks about consumers, and price talks about the price of the good or the service. So for example, there is supply only when there is demand. For example, if 10 people want a chocolate, then the suppliers or the sellers or the producers will produce the chocolate and they will sell at a certain price. So there is demand. So we are demanding 10 people are demanding chocolates. Okay, we are demanding 10 chocolates each. So 10 people means we are demanding 100 chocolates. So what will the supplier get if he gives us 100 chocolates? He's getting money. He's getting amount. So he's getting some benefit. So that benefit is money. So he's selling it at a selling price. So he's selling it at some cost. So how is he determining the cost? So based on the cost that he incurred in preparing the chocolate, based on the technology, based on the raw material procurement, and based on different assimilation aspects. So he determines the price at which he gets a profit. So he has spent some money in preparing the chocolate. So when he's selling it, so there is also a transportation cost. There are so many other costs, inherent costs that are not visible. He has to put or fix a price at which he is getting profit. So that is very, very important. So he's getting some net benefit. Similarly, we consumers, we actually plan the demand. So the demand schedule or the demand curve is actually because of us. So it is. So what we do, so we consume, we pay some amount, we consume the chocolate and we get certain benefit out of it. So what is the benefit? Our stomachs are getting satiated, we are getting satisfaction, our taste buds are satiated. At the same time, what we tend to do is, there are two sellers. So one seller is selling the chocolate at 10 rupees per chocolate, the other seller is selling at 8 rupees per chocolate. So I will try to buy the chocolate which is of lower cost, because the money that I have is limited. The resources are limited, the money is limited, I don't have unlimited money. So I tend to choose a chocolate which has lower selling price. At the same time, the chocolate must be more tastier than the 10 rupees chocolate, or at least equal taste. So that so I get satisfaction from the chocolate and I get satisfaction for the money that I put in. So I have to have a benefit. So that is very, very important. We have mental valuations. We value certain things at certain price. So based on these valuations, now let us try to develop a demand curve or a demand graph. So before that, it is very important for us to understand that there is something called an equilibrium price and an equilibrium quantity. So what is an equilibrium price? The price at which the consumers and sellers agree. The seller says that the cost is 12 rupees. I say that I can only pay 8 rupees. or the seller reduces it to, I bargain and he reduces it to 10 rupees. I say no. Then he reduces it to 9 rupees. I say yes. So we agree at a particular point. So that particular price is called equilibrium price, and the quantity is called equilibrium quantity. The quantity at which we agree at a particular price is the equilibrium quantity. So now let us try to develop a demand curve. Okay. So here I have an example. I have 3 consumers. Okay. So consumer D, consumer E, consumer F. So consumer D, so this is the quantity. Okay. This is the quantity. Let us suppose. So consumer D is ready to pay 1 rupees, rupees 1 for 1 chocolate. Consumer E is ready to pay rupees 1 for 1 chocolate. Consumer F is ready to pay 0.5 rupees or 50 paise for 1 chocolate. Similarly, consumer D is ready to pay rupees 1.5 for 2 chocolates, E is ready to pay rupees 1.3 for 2 chocolates, F is ready to pay rupees 1 for 2 chocolates. Similarly, D for 3 chocolates is 1.8, for E 3 chocolates is 1.5, for F 3 chocolates is 1.2. So remember, this is not the selling price, this is the valuation. This is the mental valuation. This is the mental valuation of the consumers. So the consumers are prepared to pay so and so or so much of money for a particular product. So this is the valuation price of the consumers. So basically the selling price might be different, but the valuation price is different. So if the selling price and the valuation price matches, and if there is a net benefit, then these consumers will buy the chocolate. Okay. So with this we'll try to develop the demand graph. So you might be getting a doubt. So D buys 1 chocolate, the first chocolate for rupees 1, but when it comes to 2 chocolates he is ready to pay only 1.5. When it comes to 3 chocolates he is ready to pay only 1.8 for the entire 3 chocolates. So first chocolate is rupees 1. For second chocolate he is ready to pay, when it comes to the second chocolate, the difference is only 0.5, and it comes to third chocolate, the difference is only 0.3. So 1. So here for 2 chocolates 1.5, 1.5 minus 1, 0.5 for the second chocolate. And here again 1.8, 1.8 minus 1.5 equal to 0.3 for the third chocolate. So first chocolate 1 rupee, second chocolate 0.5, third chocolate 0.3. So 2 chocolates together 1.5, 3 chocolates together 1.8. So why is the mental valuation of the consumer decreasing as the number of chocolates are increasing? Because his satiation levels are, his cravings are fulfilled. If I'm hungry, I go to a restaurant, I order pizza. So the first pizza I eat, I enjoy, I relish because I'm hungry. But when I order the second pizza, I eat, but I don't relish it as much as the first pizza because my stomach is already full up to some extent. When it comes to third pizza, I'll become reluctant. So the utility decreases as we move on. Similarly, so the first good, the excitement, the enthusiasm that we have for the first good, it won't be for the second and it won't be for the third. It slowly reduces. So this is called diminishing utility. So this will be reflected on the demand curve. Now let's develop the demand graph. Okay. So I'm the seller. I'm ready to sell the good at rupees 1. Okay. So I have D, E, F. These 3 are the buyers. So for one good, I'm ready to sell one good for rupees 1. Okay. So they are ready to pay rupees 1 and rupees 0.5 for one good. And as a seller, I am ready to sell one good for 1 rupees. So that is 1, 1 and 1. So now I have to calculate the net benefit that D, E, F are getting, okay, based on the mental valuation. So I have to negate. So 1 minus 1 is 0, 1 minus 1 is 0, 0.5 minus 1 is minus 0.5. So the net benefit that D is getting is 0, the net benefit that E is getting is 0, the net benefit that F is getting is negative. So for rupees 1, D, E and F will not buy the chocolate. Okay. So as a seller, because I have to sell, for example, I have 7 chocolates with me. I have to sell all the 7 chocolates. But at the same time, I have to see to it that I'm getting profit. Okay. So I have 7 chocolates, I have to sell all these 7 chocolates. But if I sell these 7 chocolates at rupees 1 per chocolate, D, E, F are not ready to buy. What will I do now? I will reduce the price. I will reduce the selling price. So what I do now, instead of rupees 1, I'll make it rupees 0.7 per chocolate. Okay. So I have D, E, F. So D is ready to pay 1 per chocolate, 1 rupees per chocolate. E is ready to pay 1 rupees for chocolate. F is ready to pay 0.5 rupees for chocolate. So he is ready to pay 50 pice. So now I am ready to sell one chocolate for 0.7 rupees. So 0.7, 0.7, 0.7. So now let's calculate the net benefit. So I have to negate again. So 1 minus 0.7 is 0.3 plus 0.3. 1 minus 0.7 is plus 0.3. Okay. And 0.5 minus 0.7 is minus 0.2. So D and F are getting some net benefit. So D and F will be ready to buy one chocolate at 0.7 rupees. Okay. So D and E are ready to buy one chocolate. So let us write this information. D and E are ready to buy one chocolate at 0.7 rupees. Now I have to understand whether at this selling price D, E would be willing to buy 2 chocolates or not. Okay, because F is anyways out of the equation for one chocolate itself. So I need not consider it for 2 chocolates. So because he's getting negative, so F won't buy even one chocolate, forget 2 chocolates. So again I have D, E, F. So D for 2 chocolates is ready to pay 1.5. E for 2 chocolates is ready to pay 1.3. Okay, F anyways I'll leave it because he's not even ready to pay for the first good itself. For one good. F is out of the equation because he's not even ready to buy even one chocolate or one good. So for 2 goods or for 2 chocolates, D is ready to pay 1.5, E is ready to pay rupees 1.3. So I'm ready to sell one good for rupees 0.7. So for 2 chocolates it will be 1.4. For 2 chocolate it will be 1.4 minus. So here I get 0.1 and here I get minus 0.1. So this is again, as I told you, this is the net benefit. So D is getting some net benefit. So D will buy 2 chocolates. E will not buy 2 chocolates. How many chocolates will E buy? E will buy only 1 chocolate. D will buy 2 chocolates. So how many chocolates? I sold 3 chocolates at 0.7. Okay. So now, how many chocolates I am left with? I am left with 4 more chocolates. I sold only 3, but I have 7 chocolates. So, in order to maximize the selling, I'll do now is I'll reduce the price to 0.5 or 50 pies per chocolate. Okay. So now again I'll take D, E, F. So for 1 chocolate, D is ready to pay 1. For 1 chocolate, D is ready to pay 1. For 1 chocolate, D, F is ready to pay 0.5. So the cost for 1 chocolate now is 0.5. The selling price 0.5, 0.5, 0.5. Negate, negate, negate. So now we have to look at the net benefit. So 1 minus 0.5 is 0.5 plus 0.5. 1 minus 0.5 is plus 0.5. 0.5 minus 0.5. So at 0.5 rupees, F won't be interested to buy 1 good. So F is out of the equation again. But D and E are getting some net benefit, positive net benefit. So they will be ready to buy the chocolate, 1 chocolate at 0.5. Okay. So D and E are ready to buy 1 chocolate at 0.5 rupees. Okay. So again I have D, E, F. For 2 chocolates, D is ready to pay 1.5. For 2 chocolates, E is ready to pay 1.3. Again, I am eliminating F because he is not even willing to buy the first chocolate. 1 chocolate is 0.5. 2 chocolates will be 1 rupees. So I negate. So again, I look at the net benefit. So D is having 0.5 plus and here plus 0.3. So both D and E will be ready to buy 2 chocolates. Okay. So they are ready to buy 2 chocolates at 0.5. Now we have to see whether they are ready to buy 3 chocolates at rupees 0.5 per chocolate or not. So 3 chocolates is, for D it is 1.8, for E it is 1.5. Okay. So 0.5 for 1 chocolate. So for 3 chocolate it is, for 3 chocolates it is 1.5 and 1.5. Negate. Benefit. What is the net benefit? So here it is 0.3, here it is 0. So D is ready to buy, D will be willing to buy 3 chocolates at rupees 50 pies per chocolate. Whereas E will be ready to buy 2 chocolates, D will be ready to buy 3 chocolates. Because E is getting 0 here, he won't be ready to buy 3 chocolates. Okay, based on his mental valuation of the price. So D is ready to buy 3 chocolates, E is ready to buy 2 chocolates. So total at rupees 0.5 per chocolate, 5 chocolates are sold. Now let's try to calibrate the results onto the graph. So the y-axis contains the price and the x-axis contains the quantity demanded at a particular price. Okay. So at rupees 1, what was the quantity demanded? The quantity demanded at rupees 1 is 0. So 0 is the quantity demanded at rupees 1. And then you have 0.7. What is the quantity demanded at rupees 70 pice? At 0.7 rupees, the quantity demanded at 0.7 is 3. So I'll just divide it into, because I have 7 chocolates, I'll divide the x into 7. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. So the 0.7 is 3 chocolates. So the quantity demanded at 0.7 rupees or 70 pice is 3 chocolates. The quantity demanded at 50 pice or rupees 0.5 is 5 chocolates. So the points on the graph are represented in the form of x comma y. So at 1 rupees the quantity demanded is 0. So x is 0, y is 1. So it is 0 comma 1. The quantity demanded at 70 pice is 3 chocolates. So x is 3, y is 0.7, 3 comma 0.7. So the quantity demanded at 50 pice is 5 chocolates. So x is 5 and y is 0.5. So let us assume that the quantity demanded is 7 at maybe 30 pice, for example. So 7 is x comma 0.3 rupees. So how to draw the demand curve? The demand curve is the joining of all these points. What are these points? These points are quantity demanded at a particular point at a particular price. So when you join all these quantity demanded points at particular price points, you get something called a demand curve. So the combination of all the quantity demanded points is the demand curve. So you can see that the demand curve is going down. So this is downward sloping line. So we can have a linear line, we can have a curvilinear line, anything. But this is a downward sloping line. So demand graph is a downward sloping line. So this can be called a demand line. It can be called a demand schedule. It can be called a demand curve. It can be called anything. So it is a combination of all the quantity demanded points at a particular prices. So here we have a downward sloping demand line. What can we understand from this? The most important aspect that we can understand from this is, as price decreases, quantity demanded increases. As price decreases, quantity demanded increases. So price is inversely proportional to quantity demanded. As quantity demanded increases, price decreases. As price decreases, quantity demanded increases. As price increases, quantity demanded decreases. As price increases, quantity demanded decreases. So this is what we have to understand from this demand graph. Thank you.